Hey guys, it's Denise. I just want to thank you so much for watching my review on episode one and episode two. All the views and support that I've been getting, I really appreciate it because it's really awkward just talking to myself in front of a camera. So I thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting my videos. Now, today we're going to talk about episode three of Joseline's Cabaret, season four, and we get a little music video just to start us off. This one is titled Let's Get Right. And right off the bat, I don't have too many opinions about this music video and this song in particular. Like, it's pretty, I don't want to say boring, but there's nothing about this that stands out to me. There's no catchy lines, like nothing in the music stands out to me. On watching the episode a second time, I noticed the choreography for Let's Get Right is it starts off with the same exact choreography that we're going to see later in the previews for the next episode. So I just found it interesting how Joseline isn't using the girls from the season to be in her music videos like she normally does. She instead went with professional dancers. So she's definitely doing things more different this season. I know she wants to like kind of disassociate herself from the girls because we'll get more into it later, but she feels like the girls are getting too comfortable around her and too friendly with her, that they see her as like an equal, to quote Jocelyn. So I think that's why she did that. And I wonder how recent this video was shot because we've all seen that Mayweather video fight of Jocelyn and Big Licks getting into it, but then it also came out after her arrest video and how she was slapping and disrespecting the cops that were arresting her. So I like that she can make fun of herself and have fun with the comments that you guys have been saying online about her. So last week we left off with Miss Natural charging at Yummy. So Miss Natural gets her hits on Yummy and Yummy's wig falls right off. Oh man, okay. I needed this, but at the same time, it's like, okay, now I'm over this as well. Miss Natural, you don't need to keep fighting Yummy anymore. You got your hits in, and she only hit you one time, so you don't have to keep beating on her and try to karate kick or something. I don't know what this maneuver was, but Miss Natural ended up falling and busting her ass. She's doing a little too much at this point, and I noticed how like even on top of her eyebrow, there's like a marking or some sort. So she definitely hurt herself more than she hurt Yummy. But that's just too much anger to just keep inside you. So I hope we're done with this, Miss Natural. You got your licks in. That's it. No more. So then Jocelyn finishes picking up her last batch of girls. We didn't really see them dance, so I don't know who actually belongs there and who doesn't belong there. But I know for a fact there's a reason why Wet Wet and Daisy were picked bottom three. They should have to work just as hard as the new girls that are auditioning as well. I don't care if you've been on the show before. It was like you girls had all this opportunity to learn a routine. Like Daisy, it's been like 2 or 3 years since season one. You could have learned at least a routine by now. And then Wet Wet, in that little break that you've had between season three and season four, like you could have also picked up a couple of tricks. But these girls, they just feel like because they've been on the show before that they deserve a spot. And it's like, you can't dance. You notice how the girls from the previous seasons who can actually dance, like Yummy and Miss Natural, they're not sitting here talking about, oh, I deserve a spot because I've already been on the show, blah, blah, blah. They do the audition, they dance and they keep going and they know they're secure with what they can do. So they just show up at every audition and turn it out. So Daisy and What you guys are gonna have to get with it or just get off the show, honestly. Now to go back on the part where Jocelyn said that she doesn't want the girls to see her as equal, I actually agree with this statement. Now, normally in these reality TV shows, the star of the show would stay in the house with the contestants and like eliminate them episode by episode. But I mean, Jocelyn has a different format. She is only going to eliminate four girls next episode. And when she's living with these girls, I know a few of the girls from the previous seasons have come out and said, Jocelyn's actually like really sweet off camera. She'll come to my room, check up on me, give me a kiss on the forehead. So I feel like Jocelyn, she can get like really nice and motherly to these girls when she stays in the house with them. And I feel like that's probably why they get more comfortable around her. But of course, she's gonna be a different person when the cameras start rolling. She has to hype it up for the cameras, and that is what ends up causing the rift between Jocelyn and the girls. I feel like, in my opinion. So she decides that she's gonna send Ricardo to welcome the girls in the house, so she's able to distance herself from the girls. And I think maybe I'm reading too much into it, but when Ballistic is asking Jocelyn if she trusts Ricardo. It seems odd to me because Jocelyn said that she's known Ricardo for a while. So why wouldn't she be able to trust him unless like something happened between them in the past? But I don't have that history for you. I've never seen Ricardo before. Maybe somebody could tell me their history in the comments. Next, the girls are in the van driving to the house and they start talking about like the events that happened during the auditions. Most importantly, they start talking about Lucky. Lucky probably has like resting bitch face. In which I do too, so I understand how people can take our faces the wrong way. Like we could just be like in our own thoughts, in our head, just minding our business, but we just happen to be looking at someone without realizing it, and then they think that we're looking at them or like feeling some type of way about them, and it's just not. I just happened to get in my thoughts, and you were in the direction that I'm just happened to look at. It's nothing personal. So I agree with the girl in the orange hair. If after Jocelyn had initially called her out, like if Lucky had just been quiet, she would have had a chance to stay. Because Jocelyn doesn't like to argue. She likes to have the final say in everything, and she's never wrong. So just stay quiet. And like stay quiet. It's not necessarily like kissing ass, but it's just you're just avoiding conflict for the moment. You got to be strategic when you want to engage and when you don't want to engage. Because now she's off the show for as far as we can tell. And then Blow Up Doll. That's not her real name, but that's what Jocelyn calls her, and we still haven't gotten her real name, so I'm gonna call her Blow Up Doll too. Blow Up Doll also says that Lucky was looking at her some type of way. So this explains the whole situation between Lucky and Blow Up Doll and why Blow Up Doll flipped Lucky off. Blow Up Doll just thought Lucky was looking at her some type of way. And like I said before, Lucky was probably in her own thoughts, and Blow Up Doll just happened to be the person that she was looking at the moment. But I don't think Lucky had any ill will towards Blow Up Doll. Like they don't know each other. And she doesn't really start fights. You know, she only has a problem with you if she thinks that you have a problem with her. And then this girl, we still haven't gotten her name yet, but she's already picking on Wet Wet in the car. And she's not telling any lies. Like, she's right. Wet Wet can't dance. However, I think it's the wrong messenger because her wig is just all over the place. Her makeup looks horrible. She honestly, she looks like she's one of the older ones there. And the energy that I'm getting from her is that she seems like she has a like really big mouth and just likes to start stuff, like antagonize people. So if I was her, I would worry less about what the other girls are doing and try to get myself together, get my looks up to par. Because the other girls are not, they're not gonna go easy on her. And I'm wondering why we still haven't got some of these girls' names. I hope that they're not the next batch to get eliminated. We'll just have to wait till next week. So we get to the house and it's in Long Island, which, if you guys are not familiar with New York City, it's definitely the only borough that you could find a house this huge. The house looks gorgeous from the outside and the inside. It's definitely a come up from last season's house. If you remember, it looked very like, I mean, the outside was beautiful, but the inside was it looked vintage and antique, and it looked like it was like your great grandmother's house or something. So Ricardo is welcoming the girls to the new house. And of course, there's not enough beds for everyone. This is how a reality TV show gets everyone to start fighting on the first day of moving in. But these girls handled it well. We didn't get any fighting like we usually do on other Zeus network shows, if you know what I'm talking about. We then cut to Andrea in her room. We finally get her name this episode. And just the irony of her lighting this candle, hoping for new friends. I can see why some of the girls don't like her because just her normal talking tone, it sounds like she's yelling at you and arguing with you already off the bat. And then she has the audacity to bring this doll after the girls already told her to stop talking about voodoo and stuff. And she says the other girls are giving the doll too much power. But honestly, Who started it? Like, if you said, this is a voodoo doll, this is my doll, as opposed to just saying, this is a doll that I take comfort in. But you were the one that called this doll a voodoo doll. If it was really your comfort doll, you would just call it a regular doll. I personally don't think that you're ever too old to have a doll or like a stuffed animal that makes you comfortable, but you should have never called it a voodoo doll. And you should have never came into this show talking about voodoo with that voodoo energy. But anyways, we have Abby, who is the transgender woman on this show. And I really like her energy. She seems like a really nice person. She's really sweet in the way that she talks to the other girls. And she just seems like she's really here to dance. So Abby starts talking about how she's going to get the surgery to make her face more feminine. But honestly, I don't think that Abby needs to get that surgery. She already looks very feminine. And as you'll see towards the end of the episode, Jocelyn, Jocelyn did not know. So now Andrea and Wetwood start tag teaming Yummy, which came as a complete surprise because I would have thought that Andrea and Yummy would have been the ones to, stick together, but Andrea clearly is a flip-flopper. She will go wherever the wind is blowing. And honestly, Yummy seems like the more mature one in this situation because she's actually trying to talk about the problems that they're having. She's trying to understand the problem that Wetwood has with her. And Wetwood was the first one to throw the drink at Yummy, so what are you doing? You're losing points with me here. Like, I love you, but you are dead wrong in this situation. So Yummy and Wet Wet get to fighting, and I love how in the background you can hear Andrea encouraging Wet Wet to beat up Yummy. Like, I agree that Yummy was wrong to hit Miss Natural with the heel on her head. Is it me, or do these girls seem so invested in the beef between Miss Natural and Yummy, even after Miss Natural already got her licks in? So in the previews for next week's episode, we get Wet Wet wig completely gone, calling somebody else raggedy is just the irony. The irony. Then the girls tell Jocelyn about what Andrea has been up to. And I don't know what Jocelyn is doing in this clip, but we'll see if she kicks her out or not. And then we get Jocelyn just realizing Abby is transgender. When she picked Abby at the auditions, Abby gave this whole spiel about they want my people to die, but I want to live. And I guess Jocelyn never put two and two together as to what she was talking about. So we'll see next week who gets to stay and who has to go. I don't think this is spoilers, but obviously Miss Egypt gets to stay. She got a title card. Andrea got a title card. I'm sure I'm missing somebody else, but my guess would be the girls who didn't get a title card are going to be eliminated. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel so much like you guys have been lately. If there's anything that I missed or anything that you want me to address, please leave it in the comments below. And I will see you next week for the next episode. Bye.